This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
It's because everyone's talking about this.
Always live, always real, always unpredictable.
I think that's taking it to another level.
Yeah.
Log on and join our live conversation.
He said this as we were coming on TV.
TBL starts right now.
Oh, gosh. You tickle me.
Welcome to Daily Blast Live. What day is today, Steffi? Give it a go.
It's Friday.
That's it.
She said it like an angry employee.
You're expecting a whole song and a dance, so I'm not going to give it to you because it's the weekend. You're all happy anyway.
All right, that's how we're starting off Friday.
Sassy
It's
stuff.
June 7th. We're live, of course, and we're talking about what you're talking about. I'm with Stephanie and Al. I'm Jeff, Erica, and Brandon. Have the night off. Good for them.
I know.
Let's get to it, guys. Tonight, we have some big Hollywood breakup news.
Is it about me?
Not you, Al. Not you. Your relationship's good. Bradley Cooper and Irina Shayk, on the other hand, are on the rocks. According to People magazine, they're calling it quits after 4 years of dating. And according to CNN, the couple has been on again, off again for about a year. People also reports they spent a lot of time apart recently because Bradley is very into work. They reportedly ended on good terms and are working on shared custody of their daughter. That's a good thing. This all comes amid rumors, though, that Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper have a romance brewing. Ooh. Remember the performance at the Oscars? Who could forget that? Very friendly there, and no one can deny their chemistry in A Star Is Born. But do they have that chemistry in real life? Apparently, that's what a lot of people online are hoping, some even speculating, and this is a total rumor, but she could have his baby within a year.
Oh, stop.
Total rumor.
Guys, I have a theory.
Come on.
And I want to throw this at you, Jeff, but especially at Steph.
Go on. Hit me.
Okay, here's my thing. We all know I'm a science guy. Degree in biology. I'm into magnets. What happens when you try and hook up a positive and a positive? They reject.
Counter each other.
These people are too hot. You cannot be that hot and be together. There has to be some
But
balance.
look at Irina and Bradley.
I mean, yeah, she's way smoking.
Yeah, but I don't know. You're killing my theory.
How about
But
they're
I'm just
all
saying, like,
good-looking?
both people cannot be that hot. That's my role in the
Look at that
relationship.
picture, Al.
I know, that's why it didn't work. They're both too good looking.
No, I don't think that's true.
Steph, they're too good looking. They cannot be together.
So you're saying one person in every relationship has to be the ugly one?
I'm always the ugly one. I'm fine with that. I got charisma.
Oh,
I'm
no.
hilarious. Yeah, I'm great at a party. I'm a foodie. Like, I know my angles. I know my roles. So, like, I think that they're both too hot.
Do you like his theory? Good.
I think it's not right. I love his theory.
Okay, talk to me.
I love the theory, but I think in this case, I think Lady Gaga really wants Bradley. I think you can tell it in the way she acts, her body language. She broke up with her fiancé way before this situation happened. Do I think Bradley likes her? No, I think he's playing the game, but there has been a few times where he's been a bit too friendly to Miss Lady Gaga. For instance, at the Golden Globes, where he jumped up and took her up to the stage, and her partner was there, and I think he should have been doing that. And also when he's been, cooching on up to her and getting a bit too friendly.
Seems a little disrespectful. I mean, obviously, Jeff, both you and your wife are in show business. It's so weird to say that, but we are. Do you think that Jordan would be cool with the way Lady Gaga has interacted with Bradley?
I don't know. If that was me, no. It would not fly.
Yeah.
It would not fly. That's just, listen, these are real people, and whatever happened during that thing, there might be nothing, but there was definitely a conversation at the house.
There was something.
Because my wife would be like, what's going on here? And then you'd have to have that conversation. So definitely, they're real people, something definitely went down. But I'm going to put your theory to test here, Al, because you said two good-looking people can't make it work. But we know Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie are on the rocks too. That's important. That's important as theory. They filed for divorce 3 years ago, and it's all still not finalized. Now the Sun reports that Brad has given Angelina an ultimatum: sign the papers, or the legal team will turn up the heat. That's right. Reports say Brad is worried the divorce could drag on for years, which it already has. And I feel bad for the kids in this circumstance.
Why don't we figure out a way for relationships to end? I mean, divorce is a thing that happens. It just happens. It's the nature of human beings.
Right.
It's the nature of relationships, and divorces aren't always bad. Sometimes when you really love somebody, you're like, Steph, we had a great run, but you're going in a different direction. Let's figure this out. But I feel like our legal system allows people to flog the other person financially.
Absolutely.
And it goes on for years. If somebody's upset, which most people are in a divorce, it's like, well, are you mad? Well, then how about you drag this out another 6 months, another year, drag them into court, get a continuance. It's like, how is this even allowed to happen? I would think this is a contract.
Yeah, I know.
Contracts end.
And they have plenty of money. What are they fighting about?
That's what I don't understand. What can they possibly be fighting about? Because they're both very affluent. They're extremely rich.
What do you think it's about, Steph?
The only thing I can imagine it's about is, obviously I know there's been a lot of issues with the children and who has custody of the children, but then that's nothing to do with the actual divorce itself, is it?
It's 3 years. You would think even any kind of vitriol you had 3 years ago would have dissipated by now, Jeff. So I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean, 3 years and she's still dragging out to the point where it's become public knowledge that he's like, look, if you don't end this, we're going to have to take this to the next level. And taking it to the next level after a divorce, what is that?
I don't know.
What is that?
Thanos? I don't know. What do you get?
Like, what do
you do?
I have no idea. All right, guys, we're going to switch some gears here a little bit. Now to some more serious news. Tonight, there's more fallout from the new Netflix series, When They See Us. If you guys don't know, it follows the story of the Central Park Five, the New York boys of color who were wrongfully convicted of rape in 1990. Now we're learning Linda Feinstein, a prosecutor in the real case, has been dropped by her publisher. All week long, people have been calling for this online, but this isn't the only fallout. Earlier this week, Linda resigned from the board of the nonprofit Safe Horizons and from her position on the board of trustees at Vassar College. Linda was reportedly a big part in getting false confessions from the teens. She has spent decades arguing against the evidence in the Netflix series. She calls all of this, quote, a basket of lies. Wow, the online petition thing, I don't know whatever happened, but now this series, I gotta think, like, in her head, she's like, oh my God, I do not want this series to come out. It came out and her whole world fell apart. Rightfully so, though, man.
Jeff, what's my theory?
What is your theory?
Jeff?
Two positives can't go together?
No.
Oh, I know.
I know
What
people don't want to
does
talk
that
about it.
mean?
Crazy eyes.
Crazy eyes?
She's got crazy eyes. Look at can we run those pictures again? Look at that.
She does.
Those are crazy eyes. And listen, your brain is connected to your eyes. Your eyes are the window to the soul. She's an insane person. She made money off of the fact that she railroaded 5 teens into a false confession, and then made money after book sales, and I'm sure dozens of speaking tours after that. And she's first of all, nobody that wears a red leather jacket with white stars on that is not insane. She is not well. She's getting what she deserves, and I hope that she sees some jail time.
I'm not laughing. Yeah. I'm not laughing at the story. I'm just laughing at some of Al's
Can we run that jacket again? I'm sorry, Booth. Can we see that red jacket with the white stars?
So intriguing.
What? Now wait for this jacket coming up.
This is the eyes that petrify Al so much.
Look at that jacket. That's ridiculous.
Okay.
That jacket right there. No sane person has been like, you know what? I'm gonna wear this today, unless you're getting on a red. A red Harley. She looks insane.
There we go.
And she's getting what she deserves.
Al's bringing some interesting theories.
He's on another level today. I love it. One thing I really appreciate, though, with Netflix is we've seen, and Hulu too, we've seen them really digging into cases that other people haven't. And it makes me think, are producers more savvy and knowledgeable and spending more time on these cases than actual lawyers?
Steph, what you said is so accurate. Why are we talking about R. Kelly? Because Lifetime went in there.
Yeah.
All of these things that
Michael Jackson,
all these are done by producers because these were basically cold cases. And in the case of R. Kelly, it was an ongoing case. Everybody's like, it's hilarious. He's molesting girls. Let's make a skit about it.
Yeah.
And until people saw it laid out by the producers of Lifetime, when HBO, when Showtime, when all these people get in here, these are the people that have the resources to go in and find witnesses, find things that were cold, and reopen things. And unfortunately, our legal system is depending on our cable system.
Yeah, and you know what I think you see? Because everyone doesn't want to believe it when a star does something like that or someone in a higher position does something like that. You see the repercussions of their actions. You see the victims speaking out, and I think that's what really touches people.
Yeah, I think it definitely gives a deeper, more thoughtful and emotional side to every story that's a lot more compassionate.
Yeah, I just hope, like, after these stories run, that we all take a look at ourselves as adults, and we look at things like with the R. Kelly case and how many people laughed and made jokes about that. that. That's the one thing I can say I honestly never did, but just really take a look and be like, why did we allow this to go on? This didn't happen in some kind of rural, weird community in the back of, of a barn. This happened in Chicago.
Yeah.
And this was ongoing
and a lot
for
of people knew
30
about it.
years.
Yeah.
So it's, I hope it's a wake-up call to all of us.
Absolutely. All right, guys, Beyoncé fans are up in arms over a moment from Wednesday night's NBA Finals game. A woman named Nicole Curran, who happened to be the Warriors owner's wife, was leaning over Beyoncé there, okay, to speak to Jay-Z, and fans noticed Beyoncé giving her the stink eye, the old side eye, you know what I mean?
I hate that word.
That was all they needed to pounce on Curran, and Twitter erupted with comments like this: "This Becky with the good hair about to get her wig split, Nicole defended her action, saying she was just trying to buy Beyoncé and Jay-Z drinks. She even received death threats from members of the Beehive, of course. Well, now Beyoncé's publicist is asking fans to chill, saying it will bring no joy to the person you love so much if you spew hate in her name."
Al, give us your new theory. I'm ready.
Because, Steph, you're always saying that, like, you looked at Beyonce's and they were cropping her out,
Oh, yeah, Beyonce was doing that herself on Instagram, yeah. So
but I feel like she was doing that just for those boots. I don't think it had anything to do with her.
With this girl?
That woman's boots were ridiculous. Whenever you put on those boots, you're going to get cropped out.
How are you noticing these things?
Oh, Al, I love you. I love you.
So that's what you think the problem is? It kind of clashes with her dress?
Jeff, if Jordan wore those boots out, are you guys going out?
Oh my gosh, Al, you're brilliant.
That's a discussion at the door.
That's beautiful. I love that comment, Al. Now,
do you think she was out of line, honestly?
How about this? I got a question for you.
Go. Wait, you're both asking me questions.
I'm going to ask you a question.
Attack her.
Do you think we're the Beehive from both sides? Do you think Beyonce's publicist should have reached out, or do you think Beyonce should give a message herself?
I think Beyonce should have given the message herself, because I think, Beyonce's fans they're diehard, they're dedicated, they're so protective because we all know about Jay-Z cheating, and I think that's why they get so cautious when another woman is a bit too close. And clearly Beyonce looked very disgruntled. She wasn't very happy. But I think in this case, when someone's getting death threats, I think it's time for that celebrity to speak up. And even if it's a 1-minute little clip on Instagram, on stories saying, hey guys, I love and appreciate you, your support's amazing, but back off. It doesn't mean as much to them that it's her publicist.
I mean, but here's the issue with me. It's like, obviously she knows her fans are impassioned to the nth degree. All it takes is that one super passionate fan that takes it 10 levels above that does something crazy. I mean, don't forget Selena was killed by her manager. I mean, people get really passionate about these kinds of people, and I feel like, honestly, when you start hearing death threats, I feel like she had an obligation to do something
as a human
and not
being.
speak to her.
As a human being,
I agree. All right, guys, DBL's Live will bring you breaking news as soon as it happens. Coming up, it's the show everyone is watching, but are you? We'll tell you why Chernobyl is wowing audiences and critics alike. But first, chaos breaks out over a new clothing line. You got to see this to believe it. Who's that?
Welcome.
Buy that jacket.
Thank you.
No, but
Thank you. Jeff,
Right,
do you know anybody?
Explain this to the people at home. Your theory of the jacket. This is the most
jacket and
crazy
boots
thing
theory.
I've
Okay,
ever
first of all, I
heard.
have several theories, and these all kind of intertwine. Like every once in a while, like in that movie, The Perfect Storm, when 3 hurricanes met in the middle of the ocean. That's what she had crazy eyes, she had a crazy leather jacket, and she has terrible fashion sense. That all
That's
mixes in, and that's like what Marky Mark ran into in that schooner that he was in. These 5 black kids ran into a crazy woman with crazy eyes.
Marky Mark?
Remember in Perfect Storm? Yeah. This is a
I didn't know where he was going with that one.
What human being do you know
We
that
never
will
know
wear
where
that
he's
jacket?
going with this.
Steph, you got to bring that jacket into Fashion Fest Friday.
Oh God, I will do.
So yeah, but honestly, I'm glad that she's getting what's coming to her. We need to really, I thought about this. You know who Mike Nifong is?
No.
He's a prosecutor. He was involved in the Duke lacrosse
Oh, yeah,
thing
yeah,
where
yeah.
he was giving false information, and he was in another case.
That story was crazy.
Yes, but prosecutors, they move up by their conviction rate.
Right.
So that's why, even when there's a preponderance of evidence saying this guy's innocent, give him another trial, like you would see in the second Making a Murderer, when those guys are clearly at least deserved another trial.
Right.
If that happens, it tanks their career. So these people,
If they get a fail, like Marsha Clark.
right. So we've put these prosecutors, first of all, it takes a certain kind of person that will put somebody that they know is innocent in jail. So you take somebody that's crazy enough to do that and then give them a job where they're incentivized to move up by just getting a conviction no matter what. And this is what we get.
I got
we
you.
get the Duke lacrosse players that were in a situation where it didn't seem like they deserved to be in trouble. You know, you look at these 5 young black men from Central Parks, and we got to check our prosecutor.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Find out who your
man.
prosecutor is, your local prosecutor.
Dude, they're.
Welcome back to DBL. I'm Stephanie Jones, your resident fashionista, and it's time for Fashion Fix Friday. So let's start with J-Lo. She received a big fashion honor this week and owned the night. Check out her sparkly coral crop top with a matching long skirt by Ralph Lauren. It's hard to believe that she's turning 50 this year. It's like impossible. Jenny from the Block is still serving up some serious ab goals. I mean, they deserve an award by themselves. And now I've got some good news. That old denim jacket that you've had since the 90s, well, it's still in style and a super hot summer trend. Denim doesn't have to be blue anymore. These are my favorite colourful jean jackets, all under $100. Slip it over a summer dress for extra coverage and you're good to go. But if you want to stick with the traditional blue, here are some great options. Try acid wash to remind you of the 80s or a classic dark blue tone. If you ask me, light blue denim is the true summer look. Now, for my What the Fashion moment of the week, clothing company Uniqlo just dropped an exclusive t-shirt line, but you guys will not believe what happened when this Chinese store opened. Yep, take a look at that. They're absolute animals. I expect this from like a Black Friday American shopper madness, and I know this must have been a must-have item, but seriously guys, you can just save yourself the effort and go buy the t-shirt online. What's wrong with you people? That's been another edition of Fashion Fix Friday, and coming up on DBL, Alec Baldwin gets blunt about playing the president on SNL, why the actor's days as the commander-in-chief might be numbered.
It's only a matter of...
This is your mother.
Does she have...
Yes, but not like yours.
Our abilities can't fix things.
Welcome back to DBL. Now, you just saw a clip from the groundbreaking film Fast Color, starring Gugu Mbatha Raw and Sanaya Sidney. It's about 3 generations of women who reunite as a family to channel their superhuman powers. Now, Gugu and Sanaya share what it's like being 2 female leads in a sci-fi action movie in today's Chatting with the Stars. Gugu and Sanaya, thank you so much for joining us at DBL. And you two met during auditions for Fast Color and instantly bonded because of your unique names. Now, what was that conversation like, and what do your names mean?
Oh my gosh. Well, I think I met Sanaya at the audition, you're right, and I said, oh, Sanaya, I've never heard that name before. What does it mean? And Sanaya said...
Radiant and brilliant.
Ooh.
Radiant and brilliant. I was like, wow. And my name is Gugaletu, my full name, and it means our pride. And I was like, I think we're going to get along because we both got these epic names.
Well, it looks like you wouldn't have bonded with me because I'm just Brandon. You know, I don't know what the significance is behind that.
I don't know.
I try and roll the R sometimes, but I'm done. Now, so Black Panther was one of the first major films to feature black women as superheroes. Were your characters written as black females?
No. I mean, when I read the script, it was just Ruth, Bo, and Lila. There was no sort of ethnic specificity about the characters.
Now, Gugu, what was it like playing a superhero struggling with sobriety?
This is definitely an unconventional superhero story, and for me, you know, as you said, Ruth is, you know, has her addictions, and you know, she's in recovery, and for me, that really...
Welcome back to DBL. Steph, what day is today?
Friday. No, Friday!
This weekend, you might get cozy on the couch and watch some TV, so we're breaking down the latest There we go. TV news. That's right. Alec Baldwin says he's done playing Trump on Saturday Night Live. He's played the president since 2016. Baldwin told USA Today that he wants to spend more time with his family. The show takes over his whole weekend, and he doesn't want to play Trump anymore. He wants executive producer Lauren Michaels to, quote, find somebody who wants to do it.
Oh, what do you reckon about that, Al?
I mean, my first thought is my buddy Frank Caliendo. He and I, obviously, we do a podcast together. Al and Frank trying to be serious. Check it out. But, you know, I know Frank, and he's a happy-go-lucky, easygoing guy. And whenever you decide to play Trump or play Hillary or play AOC, immediately 50% of the country hates you. And like, I know you, Steph, and I know you, Jeff. I know you guys wouldn't be down with that.
I wouldn't.
Jeff, you want to do this show and go on with your life. And like, imagine if you got off the panel and you had 6,000 people saying, I hate you. Like, is it worth it? I think Alec Baldwin, for as famous as he is like, I don't know if this is worth it anymore. People are yelling at him in the street.
Yeah, it's kind of weird when people blur the line from someone's character as to who they really are, and I think that happens a lot.
We saw it with Joffrey from Game of Thrones.
Oh, yeah.
He said he got so much abuse he couldn't even walk down the street. But there's always a silver lining to this, right? So as much as Alec Baldwin doesn't want to do it anymore, he's made a lot of money, he's extremely famous, he doesn't need this gig. Right. Whereas a new actor, a new comedian, that could really shape their career and give them an amazing platform. So I think the minute you no longer want to do something, the minute you're not sure or you're not feeling it, give it to someone who's desperate for that chance, who will take it, you know, take the bull by the horns and run with it.
Yeah, because they'll take the hate just to have that position.
Just to get the platform,
All right, so Steph, let me ask you this really quickly. Let's say that you could just do a dead-on Melania Trump, and SNL called and said, would you come be her? You kind of favor her a little bit. If you could do the accent and everything, would you do it knowing that you would get half love and half hate?
Right now in my career, yes, I would.
Okay. What are you saying?
She's saying she would leave us in a second. I just baited her into that. Wow.
No, I would give it a go. I wouldn't
At
want
least
to do
pretend like you're thinking about it for a second.
I wouldn't want to do it like every week. I wouldn't want to do it like every single week.
Really
but like as a sporadic thing, like a guest appearance or something, then yeah, of course I would.
Can you try like to do a little Melania since you're leaving us?
No, I can't.
What?
I can't do her accent.
Can you do any impression?
No, I'm really awful.
Just try and just say, Donald, come to bed, like in her accent. Let's try.
I can't.
Just try it.
I need someone. You know what? I need someone to say it first, and I can copy them in the accent. I can't just do it off the cuff.
I told you what to say.
No, but I need to hear the accent.
Are you gonna try it? It's a half-hour show.
I need to hear the accent, Jeff.
Whoa.
I need to hear it.
That was a little sassy.
Yeah, it was.
All right. Jeff.
You're leaving anyway, so.
Oh, right, charming.
You're leaving us for us.
All right.
Maybe later in the show, I'll listen on the break, and then I will end you with a beautiful Melania Trump impression. How's that, Jeff?
Sounds terrific.
There we go.
All right, guys, hold on to your HBO, or as Steph would say, HBO subscriptions. I can't even say subscriptions. If you haven't already, you're going to want to binge on this show, Chernobyl. Fans and critics are calling the miniseries one of the best shows on TV. Chernobyl tells the true story of one of the world's worst nuclear disasters when a reactor exploded in 1986, causing mass amounts of radiation exposure, forcing a permanent evacuation of the town. Here's a quick trailer.
I'm pleased to report that the situation in Chernobyl is stable. In terms of radiation, I'm told it's the equivalent of a chest x-ray.
No, Chernobyl is on fire.
And now tourists are flocking to the abandoned site. Tourism has spiked since the show's debut. The last episode aired on Monday. I can't believe people are going to this area just because it's a TV show.
This is mental.
I don't know why they're allowed to. I mean, it's like, there's certain areas you see like, oh, you can't travel to this place because it's tropical rains or it's a mudslides. Chernobyl is a permanent natural disaster.
Yeah.
You can't go. You can't go visit a hurricane, and this is just as serious. So watch the show Chernobyl and then go to Jamaica.
There you go.
Crazy.
I like it.
Don't go.
We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Nice.
Don't go.
Hey, DBL Nation. I know, not the face you were expecting, right? Well, it's the face that I want, though. It's kind of freaking cool, okay? Welcome back to another episode of Beauty Blast, guys. I'm Jeray for this lay. Today, we're talking about LED mask. Dr. Dennis Gross actually has been hooking us up, and I really want to talk to you guys about this product because it is life-changing. Now, if you don't know about LED light therapy, today's your day, guys. These are amazing products that will help to make sure that you're actually smoothing, brightening, and actually resurfacing your skin at times too. Now, LED light therapy can be used with red, blue, green lights, but with this light mask you have the option of red, blue, which kind of looks a little bit more pink blue to me, and a mix of red and blue. The red is going to help with anti-aging. This is going to help to make sure that any wrinkles or texture in the skin is being smoothed out and being plumped up as well. Now the blue, which looks a little blue pink to me, this guy is going to be helping with acne. If you suffer from acne, this is going to be the best for you. It's going to help to make sure that we're diminishing any bacteria and helping to make sure that you can prevent acne breakouts as well. Now the last one is a mixture. This is great for people who have adult acne or who maybe have suffered from acne scarring or who just have a little bit of everything going on. This is going to be the light that you want to be on. Now the best part about this, guys, the treatment is only for 3 minutes. It's auto shut off. You put it right over your face for about 3 minutes here and relax. It even comes with a little hair pull or a adjustment so that you can keep this on your head and kind of walk around and do whatever you need. Now personally, I like to lay back and enjoy this and you know, relax for my full 3 minutes. Make sure that I'm keeping my beauty time for me, guys. So guys, as you can tell, this mask is amazing. It's practically the future. You can have a whole light therapy just for you at home without seeing a professional, without leaving your house. Who doesn't want that? So if you need one, check it out at Sephora.com, Nordstrom, Dillard's, or just go to drdennisgross.com and get yours today. Now, you just witnessed another great episode of Beauty Blast. Make sure you click that subscribe button and follow me over at Jure for the Slay. We'll see you guys next time.
Welcome back to DBL. All break long, Steph has been working on that Melania accent. You want to give it a go?
Come to bed, Donald.
Yeah, you got it. You got it.
Awful.
That was pretty good. But I do want to say this. Shirley Taft, April P., Shara Hanna, Don Sanchez, Cheryl Hanna again, all say, Al, we miss you and love you on DBL.
He's amazing.
I'll be back.
There it
Monday.
is, everybody. He's on all day long. Just check us out.
Right.
We'll see you guys. Have a great weekend. Happy Friday, everybody.